Gemini, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy where I serve and I slay. So dear Gemush, today I'm going to be doing your reading from January 20th to the 26th. This is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Dear Gemini, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the main challenge and get some final advice for you. I'm in your head, I'm on your mind. You know I'm a Gemini. I put the gem in Gemini. I woke up feeling extra fly. So I'm saying, I really did wake up feeling extra fly, Gemini. So some sassy shit out here. And I'm doing yours the first today. So let's see what's going on for you. Gemini. Oh, wow. So, Gemini, your challenge is the Six of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Swords, okay? Followed by the Hermit and the King of Swords. So Gemini, there is some sort of truth that is being revealed to you, and Six of Swords here talks about the disconnecting of the energies, okay? So there is something here that you're disconnecting from, you're walking away from the situation. This is about you having tried something for so long and you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to disconnect and to detach. Okay, so we're going to talk about this and we're going to see what is it that you need to know. In the recent past, you have the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Sun. This is like three major arcana in the past. So three important cards that also talk about, I mean, two of them are major arcana. One of them is a major core card. So an important event took place in your life, okay? Some of you are dealing with an Aries, Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I do see here, Gemini, in the recent past, a lot of happiness with someone. A lot of happiness. I think you were in power. You were feeling very much empowered. Okay, and there is something, we're going to clarify this more, but there is something here in the present moment, Gemini, that has been really overwhelming you. Okay, you're kind of disappointed in a situation with the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands. It feels like it's been really heavy. In the present moment, a lot of you are also aiming to focus on your own financial growth, on your own financial situation. There is something here about you wanting to be better off just by yourself and single and do your own thing until this heaviness goes away, because there is a very heavy energy here that's been really overwhelming. We're gonna find out more when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. You could be dealing with the Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You don't trust someone here fully, okay? There is someone here that you are not trusting. I think that you can really see what's going to happen with this person specifically. There is something that's being blocked and you have an important decision here to make. I do see here with the Page of Swords, there is an important initiation of a conversation that could happen, and you have the King of Swords and the Hermit. So you are someone super spiritual, you have a great insight, Gemini, you have a very powerful mind, you are the King of Swords. You are starting to see the reality of this situation and then basically based on that make a decision, okay? Whether you should really walk away or not. And I think that's why the Six of Swords is your challenge, which really doesn't always come often for anyone. But this is about you just really deciding if you should stay in a connection or should you stay, should you go. Okay, now let's clarify everything for you and see what is it that you need to know. Also, make sure to go ahead to hit that like button on the video, to hype the video and to leave positive comments. Thank you so much. Now let's get into your challenge, dear Gemush, and see what's going on. What do you need to know? Six of Swords. Oh, by the way, for the competition, Gemini, very important. I did choose one Gemini from the reading that says 2026. Okay, I pinned your comment up there and I asked you to ask a question. So if you're watching this, you know, let me know your question if you don't want to miss out on the next reading, or I'll just pull a card for you. But I pinned your comment and I chose you to get a free ask a question, get an answer reading. Now, the Six of Swords is clarified by the Strength, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Cups. So This could be a Leo, okay, you're dealing with. I feel like with the Four of Swords, this is someone that you are not talking to, but you are meditating about them, you're thinking about them. There is a very strong soul connection here, Six of Cups, soul connection, someone from the past, and you have the Lovers, and you have the Two of Cups. So for many of you, this is someone that you really feel a very strong bond and a connection with, and it is something that didn't work out with the Five of Cups. A lot of you have been disappointed with this person or the overall outcome. So for many of you, your challenge here, dear Gemini, is the following, okay? Whether you really see yourself reconciling with this person or not, or you're just gonna stay single, or you're just gonna focus on your own happiness. Nine of Cups here is talking about there is something about this person that really makes you very happy, and you do want to find that happiness with this person, but I think part of your challenge here has a lot to do. Are you able to also create your own happiness? I believe you are, but this is, a very kind of a personal question. What are the things that you can do to create your own happiness, even though something here hasn't worked out? And nothing is final. It's just that this is a phase where you are at thinking about disconnecting, thinking about doing your own thing, going away. This is about retreating, embarking onto a healing journey also with the Four of Swords at the bottom, because many of you are just wanting to be isolated. You just want to heal. I mean, the year hasn't started yet, but it feels like it's been quite wild, right? So for a lot of you, this has a lot to do whether you would really anticipate or even initiate anything in regards to a reconciliation with this person or not, or completely disconnect. In the recent past, the King of Pentacles, dear Gemini, you are someone that you're very business oriented. You love to set goals. You maybe started a business in the past also, or you dealt with a person who was a business person. The King of Pentacles is clarified with the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. I think in the recent past, there was a lot of happiness. However, that came to a point, like I said, that someone here was being on and off with you. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords. There was a moment when all of a sudden, you and this person started not trusting each other, okay? You were in your power with the Emperor. I think you really stood on your ground. You might have even told this person about your boundaries, about the way that you wanted this relationship to go. But it is something that unfortunately, it looks like it didn't really happen the way that you wanted to. Because I think someone here in the recent past was not being honest with you with the Seven of Swords. There were a lot of trust issues, someone here being back and forth, okay? The Emperor for you in the recent past, dear Gemini, I do see here potentially like you might have dealt with someone or their father. You could be a single father. Maybe this person was a single parent. The Emperor is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Someone abandoned the commitment here, okay? Could have been a Taurus. Now, for many of you, you were possibly either on your way to marry this person or you were already married to them or engaged. Someone here, as you can see, the Knight of Swords is heading out of the Hierophant. So someone left the commitment here in the recent past, okay? And maybe you kept waiting to offer them a brand new beginning. Now, the Sun here also in the past is telling me that something was eliminated, right? The Sun eliminates. The Sun bring things into the light. So you might as well just dealt with the Leo. The Sun in the recent past, something was eliminated. And it is clarified by the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, and the World. So there is something very personal that you're going to know, that your intuition possibly was right. Okay, your intuition was right about this situation. You just knew all of a sudden why this cycle had to come to an end. Someone here walked away. Maybe this person walked away or you walked away, but definitely a situation here came to an end, and there is a Six of Swords and there is a Three of Pentacles. There could have been a third-party situation here. I don't like to talk about those things, but just, that's something that maybe you were dealing with. Could have been an Aquarius also. I do see here someone really like being very careless about your feelings and not really taking into consideration for how you felt, okay, in the past. So there was a decision that unfortunately was made. You might have felt you wanted to disconnect from this person. They disconnected from you. The World, a situation here came to an end. You could have also dealt with the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo. So, the World here is a cycle. It is something that came to an end. And this was also, maybe you didn't see it at this time, Gemini, but with the High Priestess in the past, I feel like that it was meant to happen because you truly needed to see something. You needed to see the truth. You needed to see by walking away, was this person going to actually fight for this relationship or not? Or were they just going to go on and carry on with their life? Okay, because that can also say a lot about a person. Now, in the present moment, Gemini, you're trying to recuperate, you're trying to regain your energy back to yourself, 10:10 on the clock also. So there is something here about you trying to really win back, clarified by the Five of Swords, the Moon, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so a lot of you might have gotten into a conflict or an argument with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do see here an unresolved conflict. I think one of the things that really bothers you in the present moment, Gemini, is the fact that you and this person still have this unresolved conflict in the air, right? With the Five of Swords, this situation ended in a very dramatic way. There was chaos, there was a very bad breakup, very bad ending that took place between you and this person. And for many of you, you could still be kind of waiting and anticipating, expecting some sort of an apology that you think should happen. And I think that you're also a little bit anxious. You just are not really 100% sure if this is even something that you would want to go forward or not, because the more you think about it, Gemini, the more it overwhelms you, the more it kind of weighs you down. It feels like a burden. And as a Gemini, you're an air sign, so you have a very powerful mind and you can get overwhelmed a lot by overthinking. So you're gonna need to find some activities to do to ease your mind, maybe more breath work and meditation. The Ten of Wands, Gemini, in the present moment is clarified by the King of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands. So you have a decision here to make, and you might even not really, this is just a gentle reminder that Gemini, you are the boss here. You are someone that you can have options in front of you. You are not just limited to one person. You are not just tied down to one person, and that is the reality of this, you know what I mean? So for many of you, I do see here you basically kind of really starting to gain your power back with the King of Swords. Okay, and there is a King of Wands, respectfully. If this is a same-sex situation, then it is. If it's not, then it's the other way. For many of you, you are trying to really see the reality. You are like, hold on. Why am I even caught up in this confusion? Why am I even feeling as if I'm not I'm not chosen and I'm just an option here? And you're starting to really step into your power. I think your focus is going to start shifting from not feeling worthy, chosen, and appreciated to actually wanting to achieve your goals and go after some sort of a dream that you have wanted so long. So there is a shift from being hitting rock bottom to actually leveling up and moving on. With the Knight of Pentacles, the peacock also here is about something about a peacock tattoo. Some of you maybe have a tattoo of a bird also. So your confidence is starting to show up as well. Okay, so you're starting to really put yourself out there. You have the Six of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So, and at the bottom of the deck, King of Cups. The water sign that you are dealing with, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you just feel like that's going to be a lot of work. That is emotionally draining. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very challenging for you to really put your energy into this, or whoever you are dealing with, this sign doesn't matter. I feel like that for many of you are choosing with the Six of Swords again to move on from this overwhelming situation that's been very debilitating for you. Okay, because a lot of you feel like when you try to talk to this person or you try to resolve a conflict, it feels like it's a lot of work. It feels like your entire energy is drained and you're just feeling exhausted, okay? So in the near future, you have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. There is something here that also might be revealed, Gemini. So let's clarify the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. And you have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. In the near future, okay, when the energy shift starts happening, you're going to see why actually you made the right decision by holding your energy back, by disconnecting from this person. The longer you were gonna try to work this out with this person, the longer you were trying to pursue or chase, the possibility of getting a heartbreak was another heartbreak and finding yourself in another breakup was still there. So for many of you, I do see here you realizing that generational wealth, money, success, healthy connections, healthy people, world travel, putting myself out there is going to be much healthier for me and better for me than just sitting here and feeling entangled and feeling that I'm tied up to one person and just constantly feeling that I'm not worthy of love or whatsoever. Because as a matter of fact, with the Seven of Swords, you did deal with someone, Gemini, that was not honest with you, okay? And you got to be honest with yourself, and I'm here to tell you what I'm seeing. This is maybe not everyone's story, but that's okay. But I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff, okay? I'm going to keep it real. So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Temperance. You could have also dealt with the Sagittarius. So for many of you, I feel like that there is something about money being taken away from you, or someone taking money, someone taking your resources away from you. So you have been doing the right thing by pulling your energy back to yourself from this situation in general, just because this person also seems to have been very unstable, okay? Not in the right state of mind to provide you, not in the right conditions and circumstances to provide you what you truly needed at the time. Now, in the near future, you're going to realize that you still want to pull your energy back. You still want to protect your energy and your peace. The reason why is because, Gemini, you have come to realize that you have spread yourself way too thin, way too many times, and it's important for you to pull your energy back and invest that into the things that actually is going to be beneficial for you. Now, you have the Knight of Wands here. You're actually charging forward. You're moving towards a very specific direction. And there is also a volcano in the background. That's one of my prophecies that came true a couple weeks ago that I did a prophecy. Within 72 hours, it happened, a volcano eruption. So the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Wands, again, the Five of Pentacles and the Judgment. Okay, so for many of you, you're going to have to decide if you still want to go back to the past or not. If you still want to go back to, to this person. It's very interesting that in this deck, in this deck, just in general, in the original tarot, the Knight of Wands is like, there is four knights in tarot. Just want to let you know, Gemini, you're very smart. You're going to appreciate this knowledge, especially if you do tarot. There are four wands. Two knights are headed towards the future. That is the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Two knights, Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, are always directed towards the past, okay? Their position from here. So it's interesting that in this deck specifically, I think this is called the Gilded Tarot deck, this Knight of Wands is looking towards the future, and I'm clarifying that, right? And then you have the Knight of Wands coming out in the original, which is going to the past. Five of Pentacles and the Judgment. So what does this mean? This means that you need to judge the situation and understand truly if you should go back to this person again or not. Five of Pentacles here, I think your intuition is telling you that just do not do it yet, because you know that there is a strong sense of abandonment and rejection wounds that maybe this person has, and it's going to be projected on you. You need to be very aware of that, and I think you are, but this is a reminder for you. Of course, it's your personal choice if you still want to go back and try to work it out. But I feel like you already have seen the truth. And sometimes when you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Okay, so you need to initiate the Page of Swords. You need to initiate and execute the truth here that you already have seen. And the truth here is whatever your circumstances, whether that was about lying, cheating, dishonesty here, someone just kind of playing with you, going back and forth. Okay, now the advice, Gemini, for you. So Gemini, you have the Ten of Swords. Excuse me, I don't know why my throat chakra always acts up in your reading, because you really need to speak your truth. This doesn't happen in other signs. Just want to let you know. If you know, you know. So you have the Ten of Swords, Gemini. You already have been betrayed. You already have been in this place of, a very painful ending. Your greatest piece of advice here is the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. There is a lot of abundance and money and stability and focus that's waiting for you. And maybe this is not what other people want to hear. They're like, tell me about love, tell me about this person. I already told you about this person, okay? You need to focus on your money. You need to get your back. You need to focus on what's important for you, your career success, because you don't know if you were, for example, to, go get a job, create a business. You don't know your true soulmate and your true lover you may encounter that person through work, through the Pentacles. I'm just saying this. So this is going to be an important decision here for you to make, because once you disconnect, which is your challenge, okay, with the Six of Swords, once you disconnect, Gemini, and you try to really focus on your stability, ground yourself, build your business. With the Three of Pentacles, go out there, make partnerships, meet more people, and focus on your generational wealth. Then you're going to see that it's actually going to be pay you off in the long term, rather than just thinking about going back to a situation which left you out there abandoned and out into the cold, and you have been trying to heal from that situation, okay? So Gemini, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.